one of these days when you grow up, become a real boy and get a smartphone, you'll go out of service or something will happen, and then when your phone reconnects to the network, it just downloads a whole bunch of shit and notifications, sounds keep going, and everyone's looking at you like you're stupid or something. It is a Wednesday morning, and it is hard to get away from what happened last Thursday at the Disney Investor Day call, which we did a live stream for, and you guys can still find that on YouTube if you want to see what it looks like for a bunch of people to run in and out and go, oh my god, what the fuck is Disney doing? With Premier Access still, and not announcing a good solid plan come May if theaters still aren't open for Black Widow. Although they did say that they are flexible and will look at each movie as the situation dictates. So it's weird, but I actually think there's a few things that we could talk about that aren't related to what was announced on Thursday. That doesn't mean it's not going to be Marvel or Disney related, but I think we'll have some fun. So good. Sorry, guys. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to LR Mornings today with Kyle and
Brian.
Hey, Brian, what's up? You didn't get to join us on the lovely live stream, but you did come on just shortly after, and we pre-recorded last Friday's Investor Day recap episode. Now that some of that has had some time to sit in on your mind, I think you said originally, Marvel-wise, the thing you were most excited about was Falcon and Winter Soldier. What was the thing you were most excited for on Star Wars? I couldn't remember.
Shoot, I don't even remember at this point. I was excited for the Ahsoka series. Thrawn is I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a central figure in that.
Yeah, okay. As those things have set on your mind, is there any? Did anything? I want to go on the negative side after things started sitting on your mind about everything Disney announced, not just the shows, but the platform for Disney Plus and stuff. Are you more worried now than you were a week ago about how any movie program, you know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah. The two things I think about the most, the Acolyte, now that, because people are starting to say what they think it's going to be, and even you had some thoughts. Mm-hmm. That's a little more interesting to me now if it does go into that Sith type stuff, just because we haven't really had a show that was just that. But I will say it is shocking, and I don't think I mentioned this or even thought about it. When you take a look back at what it is they're doing, you realize we're just chilling in the past. And it's something I don't think we talked about that in depth, but it's like, oh, okay. That's what it looks like to me. We're just chilling in the past and not really looking to the future. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I'm enjoying The Mandalorian, but that is something that did stick out with me. And then another thing, you had texted me, and I don't know why we didn't think to talk about that. No mention of somebody's supposed trilogy. And I can't believe we didn't.
Johnson.
Yeah, we didn't bring that up. I didn't think about it, but yeah,
nobody has really. If you go online, so I belong to a few Facebook groups. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am very well into my 30s. I do use Facebook. You can find me on Facebook at that Kyle Malone, just like Twitter at that Kyle Malone. It's really easy. I promise I didn't in no way steal it from that Kevin Smith, but I belong to a lot of Star Wars groups, EU groups, regular Star Wars groups, and stuff like that. And uh, memes and discussions abound about Rian Johnson. But you're right, not even LRM wrote a story that it wasn't mentioned. I don't think. I can't remember us doing one. I might do one now. I am working on a Rogue Squadron piece that you guys can look forward to tomorrow. I'm actually focusing on the power of fans, and so it's got a nice little title, I think, that you guys will enjoy. It's called Rogue Squadron, Fans, and a Problem. A Star Wars / Zack Snyder story. What do you think, Brian? Sound interesting?
I will definitely be reading that, yeah.
so guys, look out for that tomorrow. You're right. You would think Johnson's trilogy would have at least they would have at least admitted that it was still happening. So I wonder if that means that it's in flux. I don't know who. You know, he's been off and on himself. Johnson has. He's said, "I'm working on it," or "They'll call me when they're ready," or "No, it's not canceled. It's still." You know what I'm saying? We've heard a lot.
Yeah.
But before Thursday, but you're right, man. Nobody's talking about that. What do you read into it?
It sort of connects with the even the idea that they're not, based on everything they told us, at least for the next several years, they don't seem to have any intention of telling any stories that are set past the last trilogy.
Right.
And that's interesting to me. That makes me laugh a little bit. You know, it's
we don't know what Taika's is.
That's true.
At all.
That's true.
So,
but I don't know right now.
Yeah.
Maybe his will be the one that goes forward in the timeline. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. What do you and Cam think about? Have y'all talked about the fact that we're getting just sort of we're settling into a period that we've sort of talked about before? Like, are you cool with that, or?
What do you mean? Like, we're going to be spending time 5, 6, 7 years after Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, we're just hanging. Yeah, we're not.
I mean, you know me. I want now that we have the opportunity to create an EU. Why not actually do it? Why do we need to just have Mandalorian and Clone Wars / Rebels continued? Why can't we have that and then, like, the Acolyte is set at the High Republic, but why wasn't the High Republic 1,000 years ago? Why can't we get more shows that deal with other things? You know, I'm both okay but disappointed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Because all of these shows are around Luke. He may not be in them, but he's around. You know what I mean? Like he's in that timeline. I think every single one of them. And
we just learned that a High Republic comic is going to feature Yoda.
Yes, I saw that.
And if you remember, months and months and months ago, I don't know, whenever it was announced and the time frame was announced, the first thing I said was, "That's a terrible idea because Yoda's there."
Yeah.
And again, it's not that I don't like Yoda. It's we've already seen Yoda. We've seen Yoda alive. We've seen him fight. We've seen him old. We've seen him die. We've seen him as a ghost. Do you really? Excuse me. I was against the idea of a Yoda Origins movie because you remember back in like 2013 that was a rumor.
Yeah,
we were gonna get Rogue One, Solo, Fett, and Yoda or some shit like that. You remember? It's crazy. Oh, thank God things change.
Yeah.
But you know what doesn't change, Brian? Hollywood's obsession with reboots and sequels and anything that they can cheat by having outlines and treatments already written, by having storyboards, because all they gotta do is take a snapshot from the original source material. Like, they save so much money with their reboots and everything. According to Giant Freaking Robot, they got a source that is telling them Disney is in early development on a Firefly reboot. Brian, did you like Firefly and Serenity?
Yes.
Brian, did you love Firefly or Serenity?
Yes. I thought Serenity was an amazing film. Very underrated, in my opinion. Yes.
Brian, are you happy there's a Firefly reboot coming?
So I saw it on the site last night. I didn't read it. I
Let
saw it and I just sort of like
right. Let me read the rest of the quote, okay? The new show, and this is again from Giant Freaking Robot and their source. I myself not too familiar with the outlet, but considering Cam Clark used them, that means he's seen them get enough stuff right that he felt comfortable putting his name on this article. So, quote, the new show would start the story of Captain Mal Reynolds and his crew aboard the Serenity over from scratch with an aim to make this a long-running series on Disney Plus. There is a twist here, and the twist is, unquote, get ready for this, Brian.
Okay.
Quote, that they see the show as an ideal family-friendly programming for Disney Plus. My source tells me they're planning to target it more at a PG adventure family audience and less at the sort of PG-13 dynamic the original Joss Whedon show went for, end quote. Brian, react.
No, thank you. Did they not see Serenity? I mean, my God. I mean, it's PG-13, but it pushes it a couple times. I mean, look, it's not a hard R series by any means, but it is an edgier, it's a PG-13 type of show and film. And I don't see how that, I'm trying to wrap my head around how they would even approach that or what that would look like or who would be interested in that. That's weird to me. I don't know. I'm not interested in that based on that reporting. I mean, obviously I would see who's cast, see the trailer, and, see what they're doing with it, but I don't know. It should be geared. It should be geared towards at the least a CW crowd. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You know me. I've seen Serenity. I've seen most of Firefly. There's not a lot of episodes to watch, but you know me. I'm not a Western guy. And Firefly's even more Western than Mando is in my mind.
It is. Yeah,
and
I agree.
That's part of why it doesn't really speak to me. It's not bad. Like, I don't hate it or make fun of anyone that likes it. I might joke about it every now and then, but it's from what I have seen, and especially when you talk about Serenity and the Reavers, a PG family audience adventure, that just doesn't sound right to me. I don't know. I think
the whole setup of their universe, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go.
The structure, like you said, with the Reavers and stuff, the whole structure of the way things happened and the fact that they had their war, they lost. This the whole concept of this series is sort of, I guess, what you got with Revenge of the Sith. It's okay, the bad guys won, and now what? Mm-hmm. And so how do you do that in a fun PG, family friendly way? I don't know.
We had just a few comments on the website. One person said family friendly just really seems like a mistake for the franchise, and another guy just simply said yuck. Yeah. One person did say that they're more interested in the Willow movie than a newly casted Firefly, but it'll probably still be good. For me, even bad sci-fi is good to watch.
Well, even the Willow thing, but I mean, the cool thing about Willow is it's a sequel. It is taking place after, so it's not replacing
with the same name. Oh my god,
I hate that.
So stupid. But
it's not.
Please change that, Disney.
It's not replacing the original. It's not like a retelling.
Yeah. So
that's cool. It's a thing. The way you're saying is they want to reboot the franchise and make it a kid show. I mean, I don't know, man.
Family friendly, Brian.
That's the same difference.
I know. Oops, I just kicked my track. Okay, it stayed up. Good. So, Brian's just a no thank you. I'm already a no thank you. I mean, I'll end up watching at least 3 episodes like I do most shows to give anything a chance. What is your rule? I use it so. For comic books, I use the one arc, which is generally 5 books rule. For TV shows, I use the 3 episode rule. So I will, even if I'm not liking something, give it the 5 issues or the 3 episodes. What's your rule?
That's roughly the same. A full arc for a comic, and then for shows, usually a couple episodes. You can't really base a series on its first episode.
Unless it's just really, 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 really bad. Like there was one after Battle World. I think it was when they reintroduced Cap Wolf. I had a Captain America book on my pull list. And the first issue with the Cap Wolf thing was so bad, I was like, no more. Cancel. I'm done.
Like, even the show, I'm watching Big Sky, and the first couple episodes, I was not really into it. But the third one hooked me, and I love the fourth one. So, it takes 3 or 4 to, sometimes for a story to get going.
A show... Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. A show that I sing the praises of, an anime, Dr. Stone, is definitely one of those where, episode 1, you're like, okay, I'm interested, but that was slow. And then episode 2, you're like, okay, there's more, but honestly, if it doesn't pick up. And then episode 3, it starts picking up. But that's one of those ones where they did it just enough to make sure you would make it to episode 5 where it really, really, really kicks off. So yeah. There are some that do take more, but even then, they've got to give me enough to get me past episode 3.
Yeah, that's a good example too, because and that show, like you said, for me it hooked me pretty quickly, but it becomes a different kind of show. Several episodes, it's weird. There's definitely like a prologue that you have to get through, but that's a good example.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. All right. Any last words on that?
It concerns not just for Firefly. Now I'm sitting back and thinking, okay, what all does Disney own now? And what are, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, they own everything Fox had, and they, I'm starting to think about what is it they could take. And oh my god, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities now.
At least they put Aliens on Hulu, so the Alien show. Could you imagine them trying to do even PG-13
No.
Alien? Oh god. Okay, so an entire era that spanned decades has come to an end, Brian. Marvel and Hulu and Disney went ahead and gave Helstrom the axe. And with that, the final Jeph Loeb Marvel TV series is complete. Have you watched a single episode of it?
No, I did not.
Neither have I.
And I don't believe I know anyone who did. I don't think.
Who has?
Yeah.
I don't know either. I did hear that there were wasn't it like a somewhat critical success? I don't know. Let me look.
I don't know.
Hell.
The trailers weren't horrible. I mean, I watched both trailers and I was like, yeah.
Curious, but I didn't hook me. On Metacritic, it's got a 40 on the critics scores and a 6.1 on the user score. Let's see, good old Rotten Tomatoes. No, I don't really say it that way, ladies and gentlemen. I say tomatoes. I was just being funny. No, I'm all wrong. The critics hated it with 27%, but the audience gave it an 86% score. So, but
it'll be called a classic in 5-10 years. There'll be hardcore fans who I remember it.
Hardcore Helstrom fans. Jeph Loeb is someone you and I have talked about many times. Jeph Loeb, for those of you that don't know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm in a lot of pain. It'll pass. Jeph Loeb's a comic book writer. He's written Batman and he's written Hulk. He's written a whole bunch, including one of the best Batman stories ever, and one that we are looking like we might see yet another version of on screen. The Long Halloween. It was kind of sort of done in The Dark Knight. And there's rumors that we might get a little bit of it in a way through The Batman coming out in 2022. Unfortunately, Jeph Loeb also created the Red Hulk and some other things that I didn't like, but apparently other people did. But he was put in charge of Marvel TV, oversaw things like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Get the Gifted or whatever it was called, the weird one with Charles Xavier's son or brother.
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that show.
Yeah. I forget, what was it called?
Damn. Dude, I completely forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, but you know what I'm
I completely remember now.
But anyways, Jeph Loeb, dude, he sucked at TV. I know some people loved Red Hulk. I hated it. What do you think is going to happen with Mr. Loeb now that Feige's in charge of all Marvel Entertainment?
Oh, he's gone. I mean, they may give him some kind of job, but he's not going to have any kind of, I think, legitimate creative input. I think his role seemed to diminish after Inhumans. That was a big yeah, exactly.
Big fuck up.
And so, yeah, I just don't see, like you said, his it's just been very mediocre. I mean, I guess the Shield is probably the one thing he was had any say over that has fans, but no, Feige is going to he's going to take control as he as he does, and he'll do what needs to be done.
Dude, I wonder if he'll go back to comics, or if he'll get some sort of EP position that's just there for...
Maybe Warner Brothers will hire him.
Watch him go to Warner Brothers and write like the greatest Superman story ever or something, you know? Watch him go to DC and make to take Condiment King and make him Gotham's most dangerous villain, and this just amazing Batgirl story versus the Condiment King.
I wonder, did he write any? I have to look and see if he wrote any Superman. I'm curious. I actually would be interested in seeing what he would do with it.
Let's see.
Yeah, look. If he did, I don't believe I read it. Did he write action or Superman at any point?
Jeph Loeb.
Because some of the dumb shit I hated about Red Hulk, that might work in a Superman story.
Yeah. Let's see here with DC. Action Comics Annual number 5, Adventures of Superman number 600.
Just single issues.
Superman Volume 2. Issues 151 through 183.
Okay.
Superman Batman 1 through 26. Superman Batman Secret Files number 1. Yeah, he's written.
Oh, so he was writing the Superman Batman stuff. See, I never.
And he wrote just the regular Superman.
Okay. Yeah, I never read any of that.
32 issues, 3 years.
Well, shit, maybe
dude.
he should be writing
Wow.
a Superman show or movie. maybe Warner Brothers might want to call him.
Maybe. You know what? I could see that, them bringing him over for HBO Max content, but look, me and you think, and this is just Kyle and Brian speaking, and speaking with as much heart condolences, like empathy, sympathy as we possibly can, while still discussing quality of work and work output after a tragic event, right? And you and I think that we can point to the loss of his son as the time where Jeph Loeb's quality seemed to take a hit, which, God, yeah, of course it would. But it seemed to stay. Hey, it doesn't. Me and you've had that discussion where sometimes it doesn't seem like he really recovered, right? To get back to where he was at the long Halloween.
Yeah, his comic style seemed to change after that. What I did read of his, and yeah, it really came down to Nova. That was the thing, because he took over Nova, and it was a tribute. And,
yes.
But I didn't like and you know what I mean? Like, look, you wanted to have a tribute to his son. I can respect that. But I didn't like the direction of the comic after that. Yeah. And then, like you said, with Red Hulk and stuff, I hated that stuff. So it became this thing where I was just like, damn, Loeb, I used to love your work, and now I don't.
Yep.
And then when he took over the TV, when he got the TV gig, was very curious to see where that was going, and it just didn't go well.
I agree 100%. And like I said, God, excuse me, pardon me. God bless Loeb. No parent should ever have to bury their child. So, like I said, when we critique his work and stuff after that point or bring it up, it's with respect, sympathy, and empathy. It's just, you can't discuss the man and his works without realizing the difference between the long Halloween versus what he did with Nova, which was great for what he wanted, but it wasn't necessarily great for the story or the character. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that kind of how you were feeling about it?
Yeah. That's
Nova itself? Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Anything else about the end of Marvel TV, Helstrom, Jeph Loeb, anything like that?
No, I mean, like I said, hopefully the new Marvel era is great. And, he figured, they do something. He gets work somewhere.
Final story. We're running just a little bit closer to our old-fashioned time. Maybe we can still keep it under 40 minutes. We'll see. There's not COVID. Sorry. Saliva going down the wrong pipe. We get a drink. Okay. Hey, I think I'm gonna live. there's a word that Disney keeps throwing around for some ungodly reason. Legends, right? They call the old Star Wars EU Legends. They call the Fox Marvel properties Marvel Legends. And now we are actually getting a Disney Plus show from Marvel Studios simply titled Legends. Have you heard about this at all, Brian?
No.
Okay, so as the Marvel Cinematic Universe continues to expand, Marvel Studios Legends celebrates and codifies what has come before. Revisit the epic heroes, villains, and moments from across the MCU in preparation for the highly anticipated stories still to come. Each dynamic segment feeds directly into the upcoming series premiere on Disney Plus, setting the stage for future events. Marvel Studios Legends weaves together the many threads that constitute the unparalleled Marvel Cinematic Universe. It will start with Wanda and Vision. Not WandaVision, but Wanda Maximoff and Vision on January 8th. Basically, we're going to get a highlight reel before a new show. What do you think about that?
I mean, I guess it's content. I doubt I'll watch any of them, but sure.
That's exactly what it is, content. They looked and they said, holy crap, the Mandalorian ends this week, and we have nothing else until WandaVision on January 15th.
They got Soul.
Whatever shall we do?
Soul will hit on Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that'll do. Well, that's just one thing, you know.
Yeah.
So, but you're right. They don't have a
true.
series. They don't have any. I think Soul will probably do well, but yeah. And that's the 15th of January. There's too many gaps.
Mm-hmm.
Too many gaps.
And it's their fault. They had a chance on Thursday to do a lot of things. They did up the production time on several things like Loki and whatnot. I mean, dear God, look how much Loki footage we saw. That was insane. And the fact that Loki's DB Cooper. But I am a little worried about Loki because it looks so much like Umbrella Academy. A certain part of the Umbrella Academy, the people that watch over the timeline and help keep it in check, they do things like you see what Loki is doing, like they'll make sure assassinations happen or that certain inventions get invented even if another time traveler is trying to mess with it. And it seems like that's what Loki will be doing. So I just hope they can make it unique enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's coming. January 8th, a highlight reel from let's see. It'll be Age of Ultron, Civil War, and then in Infinity War and Endgame, right? That's the only four those characters are in.
Real quick, what they should have done, this would have been cool, is they could have had a series instead of Legends or whatever. They could have had a series called Watchers, and you could have it could have actually been an arc where something's happening, and it's maybe every episode, and if, like you said, there's one special every 2 months or 3 months, and there is some kind of arc going on, and they're retelling events. And you know what I mean? Like you could have woven this narrative throughout, and it could have been a cool, thing. This sounds thrown together, maybe
boring. Yes, it is. It is. Now it could evolve in the future, and hopefully it does. But I think you're absolutely right about this last one. Even the title is unimaginative, in my opinion. The logo unimaginative, in my opinion. Let me think. If I were gonna do highlight reels to highlight the characters and whatnot before a show happens. What would I call it? Marvel Studios presents, you know what? I would just be really simple with it. Marvel Studios presents the MCU. That's what I would have done. But anyways, any other comments on it?
No.
Do you notice this fucking use of the word legends a lot?
They do seem obsessed with that word. You're right.
It scares me because of how much Sony stuff it seems they're willing to bring in. I'm really afraid we're gonna get some of the Fox X-Men Fantastic Four stories or characters either seen as cameo, like through a multiverse doorway type thing, or legitimately part of the movie.
I would have disagreed maybe even 2 weeks ago, but with everything that is dropped and even some of the other rumors that I've heard in the last couple days, I think that's happening. I think they've set it up where that could happen, and I don't want that. I really don't.
Neither do I.
I think it's inevitable that Hugh Jackman will be in the MCU in some capacity. I really do.
So unfortunate. And I know you guys love him, and I'm sorry to say it, but God, you know what's funny?
We may get a new Wolverine too, but I think we'll have both.
Yeah. You know what I actually think is going to happen, and you already know it. They're going to focus on 23 instead of Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean that movie.
That's what the MCU is going to do. They might use Jackman, but the goal is X-23 as the main Claude hero in the MCU. I'll put $50 on that now.
They said it. I mean, it was. I think Fox that was their goal themselves at one point. It seemed that was something they were going to do, but yeah, I could absolutely see that being the case.
Yeah. We'll have no choice but to see. But like you said, it seems more likely every day, and yeah. So I think that's it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. Good old fashioned LR mornings, Brian.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think about these things in the comments below. And of course, check out LRMonline.com every single day for all your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. The YouTube channel, guys, is growing. We're going to be trying to do some more live shows. I'm trying to curate all of our multimedia stuff, our audio visual stuff, and make a better experience for you guys. So please help us out by hitting that subscribe button, as well as on our LRM online podcast network, wherever you get podcasts from Spotify and SoundCloud, all that good stuff. Great thing about SoundCloud is we've got everything set up in a really neat what's the word I'm looking for? Playlist system for you guys. So please subscribe. Make the bosses think that we're doing really, really well, and that they should give us more money for more projects. Brian does some things on the interwebs. Brian, what do you do?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's Pulp Mythos, PulpMythos. It's one word. Currently doing reviews for Big Sky, Your Honor, and I'll be starting The Stand this week.
Brian's a very busy guy. You guys do the same thing. Help him out and hit subscribe on his channel as well. Brian, thanks for joining me today. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we will talk to you tomorrow.